Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Pushpa Kumar, is going to present on HIV and HBsAg seropositivity amongst patients. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Pushpa Kumar, is going to present on HIV and HBsAg seropositivity amongst patients presenting for ocular surgery at a tertiary center. As we all know that ocular surgeries are among the most performed surgeries worldwide, many patients undergoing eye surgery do not know their viral status, and hence there is a increased risk of horizontal transmission of these diseases, and surgeons and paramedical staffs are at increased risk to get infected. The aim of my study is to highlight the importance of screening of these two viruses to determine the proportion of patients for eye surgery who are HIV and HIV seropositive, and to study the seropositivity of this infection in relation to age, sex. This observational hospital-based study was performed in a tertiary care center between August 2019 to February 2020. A total of 560 patients were screened. Patients were screened by single-use immunochromographic rapid screening test for detection of antibodies. All patients who gave voluntary consent were included in the study, and those who didn't give consent and having cardiovascular diseases were not included in this study. Out of 560 patients, 66.4% of the total population were male, and maximum number of patients were in the age group 51 to 60 years, and least number of patients were in the age group 21 to 30 years. Maximum number of patients cases that underwent surgery had cataract followed by pterygium and then glaucoma. 1.25% of the total population had HIV and 2.14% had HBsAg positive. There is a risk of transmission of and spread of HIV and HBV virus during surgical procedure. This can either be through improperly sterilized surgical equipments or through contaminated instruments. Male predominance can be due to more males coming for treatment and testing in our setting. This finding is comparable to a number of studies. Maximum number of patients were in the age group 41 to 60 years. It could be due to majority of the screened patients that were included in the study had cataract. Routine tests were performed to detect any systemic condition that may affect the success of surgeries. The benefit has otherwise been challenged by some ophthalmic surgeons. Many studies have shown the usefulness of preoperative medical testing. In a study, the incidence of adverse events were same in both preoperative testing and no preoperative testing. The main adverse events were that of cardiovascular. In this study of ours, we found that 1.25% of the screened patients were HIV positive, while 2.14% were HBsAg positive. This is in accordance with a study performed in eastern Nigeria, which showed that 3.7% of the patients were HIV positive in a rural hospital. Surgeons and authors are unaware of reports of transmission of HIV or hepatitis B virus during surgery, but viral particle has been seen in donor cornea tissue from transplant. Preoperative testing for these two viruses may be more useful before surgery and areas of high prevalence to limit the spread. Hence, we conclude that there is a negligible but real risk of transmission of HIV and hepatitis B virus during cataract surgery. Awareness of prevalence along with knowledge of rate of accidental exposure and risk of transmission would help understand cost effectiveness of preoperative screening before ocular surgeries. Need for mass immunization against hepatitis B and awareness regarding it should be promoted among doctors, paramedical staff, and general public. The standard preoperative and intraoperative technique should not be compromised irrespective of the viral status of the patient. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pushpa. So good paper. Now this paper is open for discussion. Questions from panel.
Dr. Pushpa, now we have to add the RT-PCR, the coronavirus test in future. It is
Yes,
very
sir.
essential
Yes,
to the
sir.
need of the
That-
time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
That
Dr.
is more
Pushpa,
important.
what was the geographical location of your study?
Sir, it's in Jharkhand.
It is in Jharkhand.
Yes, sir.
So you have in your study 1.25% patients were HIV positive.
HIV positive, yes, sir.
Yes, and what is the general prevalence of HIV in your population in your area?
Sir, HBsAg patients are more as compared to HIV.
Not more. How is the prevalence of HIV and hepatitis B in your region? Is the study skewed?
have no idea.
Okay. One more question. What is the cost of HIV and hepatitis B tests?
Sir, actually, we did the kit test. We get to supply in a hospital. We do that only.
You are in a government hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are in a government hospital, but government also spend money on these. What is the cost of these tests? Have you ever thought of risk benefit ratio of your recommendations?
Sir, I know it's a bit costly, at least 500 or 600 approx.
Okay, so
For HIV, 500 for HIV, matlab it will
okay,
cost.
as you yourself have told there is negligible risk of transmission, at least in clear corneal phacoemulsification. So if we take all standard precautions in all the patients,
Yes, sir.
what would be the risk benefit ratio of getting HIV and hepatitis B?
Sir, one can get infected, so it's better to screen. Matlab in our
We
setting,
can screen for so many things. We can screen for hepatitis C also. Why have you left hepatitis C?
sir, we screen for hepatitis C also.
Why have you left from your study? Any reason? When we do triple H tests, we generally include HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C.
Yes,
Is there
sir.
any
We screen.
particular reason for omitting that? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Any other question?
Yeah, I just want to ask one question. Pushpa, have you any idea what are the guidelines, like which disease should be screened? Some guidelines for screening disease and tests. These are the ideal disease or tests. These are the conditions, specific conditions.
So routinely we do all these 3 viruses and blood sugar.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.